160 countries. Peace Corps volunteers serve boldly, from protecting the environment.
I just got offered $200 a day to go protest ICE in New York. The organization was called No Kings. They said June 14th we're going to be protesting, and these are the streets that you need to be on, and this is what you need to do. You need to cause chaotic disruptions, and they said that there's going to be pallets of like bricks and different things everywhere that protesters could use. They really want to wreak havoc. It's kind of ridiculous. Me as an American, although I need the money, I'm like, this is very, very unpatriotic. If I was to go take this money and go protest, it's not very American. It's not what I stand for. It's obviously not even, worth the time. But, $200 a day is what they're paying people to go protest. The corruption is up here because it goes way beyond these organizations. They want to destroy America, and people like me that need money are gonna go do it. I'm not gonna go do it, but people are gonna go do it. They're gonna go destroy, the city and cause chaos. It's just crazy that, they're even paying people to go do this. It just goes to show that everything we deal with is corruption, and these people at the top level, like, who's paying for this? There's got to be some billionaires paying for this so that, they could try to get Trump out or something. But, $200 a day to go cause chaos is like crazy. Not worth it, but also like really fucked up.
These are the real sellouts in society. And see, while you and I debate policy and we speak about the different things that's happening in different cities and politically and stuff like that, there's this undercurrent, and this has been happening for a long time. There's this undercurrent of people that are basically being paid and finessed into going against their own best interests in the United States of America. Oftentimes we wonder, right? Because if you look at Trump's press conference from yesterday, and I reviewed it on the Millionaire Morning Show, and I'm going to have a deeper conversation about paid protesters, both on After Hours and the Millionaire Morning Show tomorrow. If you look at the comments and you start to pay attention to what's happening, there's this undercurrent of people that are basically being paid and finesse into ruining the United States of America against their own best interests. And it's sickening. It's disgusting. It's sickening. And it needs to stop. And when Trump mentioned it, I think it was one of the first times that I personally had observed, a president or somebody of significance, congressperson, somebody. The first time that I had heard somebody actually admit or, really speak openly about the fact that there are people that are being paid to destroy the United States of America. And so this should make you question everything. When y'all running out here and y'all, for whatever it is, whether it's the LA riots and what's happening with the George Floyd protest back with Black Lives Matters, or whatever, right? And we see the marches and the LGBTQ. Recently, we seen the whole thing that was happening with Tesla. When you see this and you rethink about the fact that your dumbass was out there running around with people that was making money, that is basically being paid to influence, destroy, and create a narrative so that MSNBC, CNN, and all of these news organizations, which I wouldn't put it past them to be being paid also. I don't know that for sure, but I wouldn't put it past them. When you think about the fact that your dumbass is out there advocating for it on both social media and in person, and you getting arrested and you creating a bad narrative for yourself and you running around embarrassing yourself because there's basically an agenda at the top that is paying you to do something or paying people around you to influence.
Don't wish. Don't hope. Don't dream.
Around you to influence you to do stuff. And then when we start to call it out, or when we start to have a conversation, and any person that is logical in their thinking, that understand the political process even a little bit, could tell you, like, wait a minute. When I seen the Simone Biles tweet or whatever, and she was talking about men and women sports, and you would just think to yourself, like, hold on, wait, who's paying this person? Who's paying these people? Who's controlling the purse strings of these people? And that's why, even me, right? I am very adamant about being independent and maintaining my integrity with whatever it is that we talking about, because you can't do it for the money. The money and you making money as a result of it should be dope, right? You should be paid for how great you are or whatever it is that you contribute into society. And if you're great at it, then you're gonna learn how to monetize it. However, you can't do it for the money, because then you start to question whether or not your integrity is at hand, because it won't make sense. It never makes sense when you start to do things politically or you sell out the thing that you really believe for money, because it's so obvious. Like, nobody should be for a trans athlete, a biologically born male, to be inside of a woman's sport. Right. Nobody, and I mean nobody, even the Democrats. You can look at all of the old footage of Nancy Pelosi and Biden. I talked about this on Jason Whitlock's platform. The Democrats or Republicans, we should never be for open borders. No country is for open borders. No country. None. Zero. Canada, Mexico, you can go all across the world. None of them you could just go across open borders. Zero. None of them is for it. So when we think about that for a second, right, and you say, wait a minute, how are people so easily divided, and then they leverage how it is that you feel about one person and then say this is justifiable, and then they get these people that are crying on the internet, and you don't think that a lot of these people are being paid? You don't think that this is dumb? You're not thinking to yourself, wait a minute, what am I doing? Why would I be advocating for people to delete their babies? Why would I be in favor of abortion? Right? Why would I want the LGBTQ community and for them to be having drag queens read children's books in schools? Who thinks of that type of thing? Like, you have to be a deranged person. Right. And you know, I look at these liberals and I look at people that vote for the Democrat Party, and I'm very, very thankful that I broke away from it myself. You look at this, right? And you say, okay, wait a minute. So this is conservative about you. This is conservative about you, about your money, your spirituality, your mindset, you believe in family, all of these things, right? What the fuck are you a Democrat for then? I know, because you're influenced by paid actors to then riot and destroy your own cities. They're setting up bricks and rocks and stuff. And trust me, if you get arrested, you're on your fucking own. Right. And I heard, I don't know this for sure, I heard that they make you sign paperwork to release themselves of liability to go along with it. You don't even know what you're signing because you're so desperate for $200. Right. And I honestly, I am blown away. This is not surprising to me. I'm just surprised that we're just now starting to see people admit openly online, and kudos to him. Always like to give credit to the content creators to make sure that we always acknowledge the people that are doing the right thing. And more importantly, regardless of whether we agree with you or not, we definitely want to make sure that we highlight the things that is meaningful to us, because this guy deserves kudos. He said it. He admitted it. He said, listen, I need the money. And it's people like me who they gonna target, because they'll never come to somebody like me. They'll never come to somebody like some of y'all that is doing really well in life, is not willing. Because I was asking this morning, and I was having a conversation with my chat, and I said, wait a minute, ain't nobody got to go to work? What is everybody doing? So just in a regular daytime, on a Monday, Tuesday, and a Wednesday, and a Thursday, everybody outside, and ain't nobody got nothing to do. And everybody got a mask on, and everybody confused, but everybody tearing up shit. Right. And when you ask the people, hey, what are you doing this for? What do you support about the Mexican flag being flown over here in the United States of America? Don't nobody got no answers. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Let me know what y'all think inside of the chat. Make sure we got to start thinking. Wake the fuck up, bro. Right. Wake up. You so dumb. You so dumb. You so easily finesse and fool. Wake up, bro. You've been programmed to think a certain way and to hate Trump. Let me know what y'all think inside of the chat. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description.
Shout out to Anton Daniels. Y'all already know. Go over to his channel and subscribe on YouTube. We just covering some news, covering some YouTube news and some around the world news. Let's listen to this here.
At Planet Fitness, there's a number of ways to get strong, and they all add up to one membership, the Planet Fitness Black Card. Access any location, bring a friend anytime, and recover in the Black Card Spa.
One more federal charge after he was arrested Friday, June the 6th, during a confrontation with authorities at an immigration raid in downtown Los Angeles. David Hirota, he is president of the Service Employees International Union in California, SEIU, is facing one charge felony conspiracy to impede an officer after he was arrested by federal officers on Friday. Pareto remained in federal custody until today, June 9th, when he was released on a $50,000 bond. So basically, he was protesting when the federal government, ICE, was deporting or arresting workers, undocumented workers. Federal prosecutors allege David Hirota deliberately obstructed agents from assessing a work site suspected of employing undocumented immigrants by sitting in front of the business's only entrance gate for vehicles. That's when
I'll give them some time. If they prove their allegations, that'll get him some time. And also, it becomes the basis for Trump sending in National Guard, which he naturalized, Marines, and this idiot acting a big fool here. She can get charged. Remember me citing over and over again Title 8, Section 1324. And it says official status is no protection from this. So obviously in her ignorance, she's repeatedly and flagrantly violating federal law. And what she's doing amounts to a conspiracy, and it carries about 10 years minimum in a federal penitentiary. Right. So it might be interesting because there is no adult probation, or at least not over 25, except in certain circumstances, and I don't think she qualifies for them. So it might be interesting.
So it says here, okay. It says,
go ahead.
No, it says Maxine Waters tried to force her way into the Los Angeles Federal Building to check on the union leader, David Hirota, defying federal officers' orders and insisting her congressional authority gave her the right to do so. I want to play this clip.
No, it doesn't. Not that.
All right, so let me play this clip real quick.
No, I want you to, hello, Congresswoman Waters. I just came to use my congressional authority to check on David.
We have our lobby securely now to all visitors.
Excuse me, I need to get in.
Contact our public affairs.
I need to get in.
He slammed the door in her face, y'all. So to get her ass out of there.
Haven't tried new Parmesan stuffed crust? Sign in or sign up for Domino's Rewards to get one for 50% off.
Opening day. That wonderful feeling of maybe. Just...
What are you hoping to do, Congresswoman?
I just want to see David work. Right, 6, 7.
Would a congressperson normally be able to enter the...
Normally, yes.
No.
What is happening here?
Well, there were some of the authorities, I don't know who they were, and I'm trying to get in to see David Worker, who they have arrested. He is the head of SEIU local.
This dumbass Maxine Waters, y'all. She tried to force her way inside the ICE detention center. They slammed the door in her face. Told her to take her ass home. Go drink some Metamucil.
In here, I don't know why he was targeted. I don't know what they're doing with him. I don't know whether they're going to deport him. I want to report back to my office about what's happening, but they have.
See, that's garbage. You're not entitled to go visit that man unless you are a practicing attorney. Or you set up a family visit. So she's way out of line.
Yeah, she said she had authority to do so.
Not under American law. There's a separation of authority. Remember, the executive branch, which includes ICE, has separate powers from the legislative branch, which she represents, which has separate powers from the judicial branch. Now, if the court decides to enter an order permitting her to go in there, that's one thing, but she just can't barge in there, and she has no authority as an unlicensed person to go talk to an inmate. Excuse me, put that down. No. Now, see, she's way out of line. And by the way, every time I read Title 8, Section 1324, it specifically says over and over official status is no defense to this. And then now they're talking about the governor, Newsom, and the mayor are upset because Trump is sending in Marines for the specific purpose of guarding the federal immigration officials so they can do their duty. That's not unprecedented. Presidents have been doing it for a long time to make sure that the mail got through. Let's see, Eisenhower brought in the 101st, formerly Airborne, now Air Mobile Division into Little Rock in 1956 because Governor Faubus of Arkansas was disregarding the desegregation mandates. So he brought in 15,000 troops. The LA riots, they nationalized the California National Guard and sent them in there. They've had all of those labor disputes up until the 1940s where the Army got sent in. Let's see, they sent in the Army under MacArthur to deal with the veterans who were protesting about not getting the promised pensions. This has been going on forever. Let's see, Grant sent in the Army. Other presidents have done that. They sent the Army down to the southern border back in 1915 and 16 when other things were going on down there and there was massive disorder. So it's nothing unusual with that. The National Guard got brought in when they dealt with that thing at Kent State. So they're talking, the legal scholars say this is unprecedented. I don't buy that they're very much of a legal scholar if they're unaware of this long tradition, 235 years of American history.
I want to play this clip of the mayor.
Now the Los Angeles Mayor, Karen Bass. Hi, Mayor. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi.
Hi. So what are you and your police force? I know how busy you are preparing for the hours ahead. What are you expecting on that front?
Well, I just have to say that if you dial back time and go to Friday, if immigration raids had not happened here, we would not have the disorder that went on last night. I will tell you that it is peaceful now, but we do not know where and when the next raids will be. That is the concern, because people in the city have a rapid response network. If they see ICE, they go out and they protest. And so it's just a recipe for pandemonium that is completely unnecessary. Nothing was happening here. Los Angeles was peaceful before Friday. When we find out when and where the other raids are going to happen, that will determine how the police respond.
Well, let me put a question here. You are not upset about this absolute violation of federal law, so your thing is to protect it? What's wrong with you? And that's what the Marines are getting sent in for, the 400 some Marines, or 4,000, however many, 400 I think it is. And that is to protect these federal agents who are carrying out their jobs. So ICE is supposed to apprehend those people who come in illegally. Some clowns are talking about all the illegals are doing is being present without papers, which is an infraction. No, it's not. That's one of the minimum things they can be charged with, including a whole bunch of other stuff, basically felonious. So what are you trying to do? Condone the breach of public peace, dignity, and order and protect these people? Well, Section 1324 says that's a felony to do that. To aid, abet, advise, counsel, procure, give comfort and assistance, to assist in escaping apprehension by customs authorities, to assist people from being apprehended and taken into custody for violation of the immigration laws. That's a felony. And it specifically does not exempt somebody because of the office they hold or the buildings that it occurs in. So technically, one of the reasons that they might not deal with Mayor Bass is, from what she's been doing under my reading of those statutes.
I've had these dental implants for 6 months now, and here's the shape I was in. I've had these dental implants for 6 months now, and here's the shape I was in before getting them. Permanent teeth and 24.
Title 8, Section 1324. She herself has arguably committed a number of felonies, including conspiracy, aiding and abetting, etc., and should be taken into custody as a felon.
So, right. And why are they defending the people who are tearing up the city and doing this? No one did not tell them to start being violent and burning up cars. I want to play this clip here because...
Wait, one other point. See all the smoke and flames and the violence?
Yeah.
This is brought to you by the same people that were upset at 180 people committing misdemeanor trespass and malicious mischief in the Capitol. They don't seem to have a problem with felonious arson here.
Right. I want to play this clip here. It says Los Angeles Unified School District has instructed LAPD to directly interfere with ICE, the military, and any other federal agency.
Who in their right mind would accept that reality? So I want to be reassuring to our community. Every single graduation site is a protected site. I have directed our own police force to redouble their efforts and establish perimeters of safety around graduation sites to intervene and interfere with any federal agency who may want to take action during these joyous times that we call graduation. Not on our watch.
That carries 5 years in a federal penitentiary, what he just did.
Right, because what is he talking about? Because
violating the law, aiding and abetting, he's ordering people under his charge to disregard federal law and interfere with federal officers in the execution of their duties. You dumb idiot.
But why would the ICE agents come to a graduation?
Because they're likely to find people there who are visiting to celebrate somebody they love getting through. They catch a lot of people.
He's just getting ahead of it. He's just getting ahead of everything.
I know, and for him to advocate and say what he said, he's committing a federal crime. If he gives those instructions he's talking about and not just puffing because he's running his big mouth off, he's looking at some federal time if they follow the law. See, they've been counting on the Biden administration ignoring the law.
Right.
But the law is pretty strict, and it's nothing new. I mean, what is this, 1979? I had a famous case down here where the judge took a thick Black's Law dictionary and hurled it from his bench down to the ground because I got my client found not guilty of harboring a federal fugitive. And he lambasted me and her for being guilty, and I'm grinning away. It was a travesty of justice for the jury not to find the woman guilty. So anyway, it's what it is.
It says here, Secretary Rubio, right, just delivered, it said, a masterclass on why Trump invoked the Alien Enemies Act against Tren de Aguara, I know I'm the TDA, the Venezuelan gang terrorizing American city. He says that the Alien Enemies Act is how we defeat Venezuelan gangs, right? So, and I wonder how many of these gang members are in the middle of these protests, you know, really tearing stuff up.
Well, how about this one? The United States sent General John J. Pershing on an expedition into Mexico where future great General George S. Patton made a name for himself to chase down Pancho Villa because he crossed the border with just a couple of thousand Mexican troops, broke the border.
Right.
So, I mean, we've got 50 million, 40 million. So that, you know, that's historic precedent. I don't get it. Or do these people ever read history? No, they don't. That's right. No, they don't, do they?
Breaking, Pentagon deploys 700.
Hell no, they don't read. You know what they said. You know what the saying is. If you don't want black folks to know what's going on, put it in the book. Them niggas don't read.
Marines to LA protests. What exactly does that look like when you
700? That is a battalion.
No. Like when they get there, what are they're going to be shutting everything down?
No, they're just going to be escorting the ICE people. And instead of just having on Kevlar vests and helmets and a pistol, they're going to have M4s. They're going to have Berettas or SIGs. They're going to have Kevlar smoke grenades, advanced communications. Remember, I hope it doesn't go there, but remember what happened with Kent State back in the 60s?
Yeah.
See, that's where you're going. And for these fools to sit there and say this is all right and invite these people in, even real stupid people get the idea. Like when Eisenhower sent the 101st Division down to Little Rock, and they came in there, it got real peaceful.
Great point. I think people forget about that. And it's very important. That's why it's important to remember history.
Yeah.
Facts, so you don't repeat it. But history is playing out in our face, ladies and gentlemen. But if you listen to these democrats, oh, everything is peaceful. I want to go in and check on the illegal migrants. Fuck out of here. That old fuck shit. Lying to the peoples. Straight lying to the peoples. Y'all see they paying unpaid actors $200 to cause destruction on America? Ain't that crazy? But we all know it's coming from George Soros, y'all. Facts.
Teenagers are building businesses with AI, while the only AI you know is ChatGPT. Tomorrow,
the administration. So, one group behind the demonstrations is CHIRLA, Coalition for...
After days of this intense movement, many people, including President Trump, are wondering who's supporting some of these rioters.
Right.
Senior national correspondent William LaJeunesse is in Los Angeles with that aspect of the story. And look, William, if people just thought, oh, maybe that's imagination, there's video. There are receipts for this.
Yeah, I mean, the money's got to come from somewhere, right? I mean, sure, it's hard to turn out several thousand people on any given night, and so you're going to have the water, the riot gear, the coordination to get out all these demonstrators. You have criminals, you have professional agitators, and activists who support a variety of left-wing issues, and they'll take any opportunity to bash the administration. So, one group behind the demonstrations is CHIRLA, Coalition for Humane Immigrant Rights. The IRS document shows $34 million in government grants, including 3 from President Biden's DHS for $750 grand. President Trump cut that off. It also gets state and city grant money for lawyers to fight deportations. CHIRLA spends $10 million a year on salaries, including $200,000 for the director, Angelica Salas.
We are asking that everybody that got arrested today be released. That's right. We want them in their houses with their families, with their children.
CHIRLA also founded the Rapid Response Network. That's the hotline immigrants use to report ICE raids. It will then text these alerts so immigrants can go hide and activists can stop ICE operations.
And so I was in a room yesterday morning, meeting with the immigrant rights organizations, and all of a sudden everybody's cell phones started blowing up. That's when we all heard about a raid that was taking place in Whittier.
So another organizer is SEIU. You see the purple there. They have 700,000 members. The union turns out big numbers. Others are simply there to bash capitalism.
We are the real workers. The working class is the one that builds this country. Yet it's the billionaires in power that continue to harass us and attack us and take absolutely everything from us.
Operation Healthy Hearts, according to the New York Post, handed out face shields and riot gear to protesters. Now, their kits include a lawyer's phone number to get out of jail, and some of these groups could face prosecution for aiding and abetting.
They might think they're making the community safer, but they're not. And we won't put up with that, and we're going to take criminal action against those type of organizations.
So the bottom line is California is loaded with nonprofits that feed off taxpayer money. They can turn out a crowd in minutes, and we're seeing that here, now that coordination in other cities. Back to you.
Yeah, and that's the next part of all of this, too. I'm going to get to that because this is spreading and it's happening so quickly. So how does it happen that they have so much in common as it moves? I'm glad you're on it, William. Great job. Thank you. The dangerous chaos is now on the East Coast. Officers arrested more than 80 people as thousands of them were flooding the streets of New York City. And a terrifying scene in Chicago. This is just not okay. A driver plowed a car through a crowd of hundreds of anti-ICE demonstrators, but there's law enforcement on the ground too. Texas Governor Greg Abbott has also announced that his state's National Guard is ready to be deployed around the state to curb whatever happens there, whatever of this mass protesting, movement, agitation, and in some cases, criminal violence pops up. In total, they rallied against ICE and the president in at least 15 cities from coast to coast. They don't like immigration picking up illegals. They're for the illegal aliens committing crimes. It's so confusing and dangerous. Republican Congressman Andy Biggs of the great state of Arizona, member of the House Oversight and Judiciary Committees, also a candidate for governor of Arizona. Great to see you today. So look,
Thanks,
this is spreading. I don't know if you could hear William Lajeunesse, but it's got some things about it that would say maybe some of these people are getting some help. What's your idea, or what are you learning on that aspect of it?
Well, we're learning that this isn't really organic, that this is highly coordinated, that there's money that's behind this. Some of it is federal grant money or California state grant money even that has gone to these organizations. They've turned around and used it to go after and create this actual rioting and this. There's not protesting anymore. This is absolutely rioting.
So what legally can be done? I mean, it seems like if they're going, it sounds like a misappropriation of funds. I'm sure it was never intended for that funding.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're using the grant money other than it was intended, for sure. But you also have this notion of, are they getting people out and encouraging and fomenting the rioting? It looks like that maybe they are. And if they are, that would be aiding and abetting this kind of misconduct, which is criminal conduct. And aiding and abetting is also a criminal offense. Right. And there might even be...
Oh, go ahead.
There might even be an opportunity to investigate them for conspiracy as well, because if they've organized this criminal enterprise, then that's conspiracy.
Okay, so those are serious crimes at this point. Just real quickly, a word on Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. I mean, he is so hyper-focused on the president of the United States. He had a loss from this judge. What's your take on that situation? The rejection of, yeah, if the president wants to move in and do this, he'll make a ruling later this week, but he's not currently going to stop it.
Yeah, I think that the president's on good legal footing for this. I think Gavin Newsom, when he stands up and says this is only the beginning, this is going to begin in California, he didn't mean it the way he said it, but he's right. This is spreading. The rioting is spreading, and it is becoming a national issue. So the need to actually step in, because people like Gavin Newsom are not taking the action. Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, is not taking the action to protect their citizenry. And by the way, we have federal assets and federal personnel that are being threatened and attacked that they are not protecting. So I think President Trump's right to protect them.
Well, and look, you have the top-ranking member in the House for Democrats, Hakeem Jeffries, saying, oh, well, let's have their identities. Why are they wearing masks? You know, let's know who all of the ICE agents and the law enforcement endangering.
Hakeem trying to endanger ICE agents by doxing. It's crazy, y'all. And these niggas don't even know that they public officials. Their address is already public, where they live at. But shit is wild, y'all. These Democrats, y'all, are straight demons, y'all, from the devil of their father. Let's go.
In their lives, we already know they've been targeted.
Yeah, that's an incredibly reckless approach by the minority leader here. But just take a look at it. What do you see on the other side? You see the rioters, the people who are assaulting these officers. They always put on masks for anonymity. And the reason that our guys have to wear masks is because they're being doxxed, they're being attacked, their families are being threatened. Yes, for Hakeem to stand up and say that, incredibly dangerous, incredibly reckless.
Yeah, I mean, rocks, and we've seen cement bricks thrown at vehicles and all the like. So good to have you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Harris.
Facts, ladies and gentlemen. So y'all see it, y'all see what the Democratic whole agenda was about. And they going, like I said, they gonna do this shit, y'all, for, they got, what, 3 years? They gonna be doing this shit? Mass confusion. Mass confusion, y'all. Coming from the left. The lunatic left. And that's just what they are. They not here for the American people. They here for everybody but the American people. You understand me? And they've been exposed, ladies and gentlemen. They've been exposed. And George Soros and the rest of those flunkies that's supporting this chaos. Should be held accountable. It should be indicted on RICO charges. Conspiracy carry more weight than the person who pulled the triggers, ladies and gentlemen. That's what the court system's always told us growing up. God damn it. But see how they pick and choose who is suit, but it shows you the bias of the justice system, man. The criminal justice system of America. The bias. They don't stand on business, y'all. They don't stand on business when it comes to true justice. Now let's get into this video. I did the video of the two YouTubers was going back and forth. They both from Las Vegas. And you know how YouTuber people be doxing. What Hakeem Jeffries talking about? Doxing people, family members, babies, dead loved ones and all types of shit. Doxing. And that's what Hakeem talking about. But anyway, back to the story here with the two YouTubers. They was doxing each other, getting each other channels shut down, getting each other strikes and all types of shit, right? And he went live in Las Vegas. And the other YouTuber, Manny and Finney. Manny ran up on him. See, was he about that life? He was talking on YouTube. You understand me? Unalived him and his wife on the motherfucking Las Vegas strip club. But we gonna listen to it, y'all. We gonna listen to it. But I got it already up on the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just out, you know, hitting corners. And I figure I'd just play a little skipping the two. Break some news this morning on this good Thursday. Grand Rising. Let's go.
When you imagine day-to-day life in a prison, you probably think of doors closing. But at the
He's down. Right there, he's shot.
Oh my gosh, really? No way. During this time, you have to be careful.
Let me catch you on the red light, Vinny.
That was Manny saying, let him catch Finney at a red light. Boom, 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 boom. Let's go. Shit got real, y'all.
A horrible scene was caught on camera in Las Vegas when a YouTuber and streamer known as Manny Sin City was caught online shooting and killing another streamer and his wife on camera. This happened because of a long-time online feud between both parties involving one reporting the other's YouTube account, causing him to get a copyright strike.
What up, YouTube? Happy Tuesday. My fault. My day's all jacked up, but quick video. Woke up this morning. Shout out Sin City family. They got our last 2 videos taken down. It don't matter. We're gonna keep doing it.
There has been a lot of guesses as to what really happened between this duo that eventually led to the senseless shooting.
News 3's Tiffany Lane has been digging into posts to see what may have led up to this deadly incident. Latoya, the shooting was seen on live stream. Both the alleged shooter and victim each had a couple thousand followers on YouTube, many of which were watching their live streams when this shooting happened, they tell me. And from what some of them say, the issues between the two go back for quite some time now, but they never expected it would get to this.
We will talk about what really caused this shooting, and we shall also play various videos of both streamers accusing each other of different things later in the video, and definitely play the actual shooting too. Hello and welcome to Twisted Crimes. Subscribe and hit the like button for more stories. This crime takes us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Finney the Legend was streamer who had some sort of feud with another streamer out of Las Vegas named Manny Sin City. Finney was married to a beautiful lady he called Bubbly. They were a very cute couple who did stream together sometimes.
Bubbly, I'm bubbly. No, I got her when I was in high school. I was scoring touchdowns. She thought I might score them at a higher level than this. And she started to switch. She started to skip. Everybody throwing me the ball no more. She was already in too deep.
Sometimes around 2021 was when Finney and Manny crossed paths in the streaming world. They instantly became enemies because they were fighting for the same audience. Things would escalate when Manny filed for copyrights and some of Finney's videos were taken down, and he also got a strike.
What up, YouTube? Happy Tuesday. My fault. My day's all jacked up, but quick video. Woke up this morning. Shout out Sin City family. They got our last 2 videos taken down. It don't matter. We're gonna keep doing it. But I do need y'all help this time. Just one time for your boy. I never ask y'all for nothing. I never do. I never ask y'all to subscribe, nothing. But this time I'm gonna ask y'all, can y'all subscribe to the new channel? Sin City Finney on YouTube. I'm a part of the family now. I'm the Black Stepchild. Manny accepted me in. So I need y'all to go over there, subscribe to that channel. I'm gonna put the link in the description. I need y'all to go subscribe, get that one up, because just in case this one gets taken down, we got another avenue that we can still talk to the people. Shout out to Sin City family. We're gonna stream tonight. I got a couple videos of Manny cheating. I know that's crossing the line, crossing the bro code, but hey, he started it. He crossed the line first. So yeah, we got some videos. We're gonna go live tonight. Come on, y'all. When I go check that thing, let me see. I got some subscribers over there, man, so we could keep this going. Y'all say y'all like it, so go subscribe to Sin City Finney. Get those subscribers up over there, and let's see what their next move gonna be.
Finney also tried to do the same thing back to him, and it just went back and forth between them. Things were so bad that Finney accused Manny of putting a green light on him and his wife. He posted evidence of that online.
Oh yeah, up them down, supporters. Oh yeah, send me a video of those fools snoring.
We don't say her name. I tell you, come out here one more time. That's why you hiding, you little bitch. Yep. Hey, you know what, Finney? That baby don't look like your baby. That's not your baby, homie. You know. Before you come out here, make sure you tell your family you want to be cremated or buried. Or chop you up in your garbage bag. Say it to your fucking mama, bitch. He's got henchmen out here. We won. I made you grow my beard out.
I did not touch the lady at all. You see the fucking video? Sin City family haters, green light on them motherfuckers.
Did you make that appointment?
Oh, I'll do it when we get back. Sin City family haters, green light on them motherfuckers. You gotta be a real one to be part of this family and be ready to fight and defend the familia at any cost necessary.
Where you from? I'm from the Sin City family. Gang, bang, bang.
Remember, a real friend shares enemies. That is the word of the day.
From Sin City family. How about you? Where you from?
A real friend / supporter.
Crib for rent right there, y'all.
Hey, C-Rod, tell Deke where to fuck
We
off.
tried Chester Linwood.
We're gonna fucking make a example off that we watch. He thinks it's a joke. He thinks it's a game. You're gonna feel that shit, homie. Oh yeah, green light on that ass.
And us as a family should come together,
Crib
City
for
family soldiers, and stand up, take these people out. And I expect every one of you that's hearing me
I said
right
we in
now,
Linwood, y'all. Try Chester.
that's been with the Sin City familia. Green light. Green fucking light, homies.
Let me get you on the red light, Vinny.
Man, he putting red lights on Finney live on YouTube. All the evidence is here. That motherfucker ready to get life. Double life for 2 bodies if they don't give him the death penalty.
That fat boy over there in Arizona, Mike, I checked him. Send me the picture. I want to see that shit. Oh, Dark Dante's bicycle Tony. Oh, Tony, how you doing, brother? Tony, you already know. If you see him, take care of him out there, Tony. You know what I'm talking about, Tony? I wanna see that fool sit on the plate.
A day to this brutal crime, Finney went online to talk about the issue of demonetization of YouTube channel, which might have gotten Manny really upset, especially when he called him mentally ill.
Let's get this clear though, y'all, because we all laugh and joke. This is a PR. This is a PR moment. We all laugh and joke, but mental illness is real, and we can clearly see this guy is mentally ill. So one thing about it, that's why I want to put it on y'all too.
So if you knew he was mentally ill, why did you go to the strip club going live? Naked. You went to the strip club live and was naked. And this is what happened when you naked talking shit. If you're gonna be talking shit, you better be stacked up. Cause you don't ever know when that chat, that troll in that chat gonna run up on you. And boom, boom, boom to your bitch ass.
If he give us another strike and I got 3, y'all know that channel mean everything to him. He don't got no outside friends, nothing. I don't think I could do it in my heart. And I'm saying this on live so he can hear it too. Shout out LDT. But I don't think I can take his channel from him, man, because I think he's so close to going in the closet, man, and he's so close, man.
Fuck that. You know what the first thing I asked you, did you give him a strike? Fuck that, nigga. You swing to me, we swinging back twice. Boot him to the motherfucking moon.
Finney posted online about him being in Vegas, which was where Manny lived. Manny immediately got into his car and started looking for Finney around town.
There's one of my biggest fans here in fucking town. I was dying to see him. I'm fucking dying to see him. What are we doing? Fuel bar tonight? Is that what we're doing? I'll fucking be there. I'll fucking be there. You better fucking believe it. You come to my city and think I'm not gonna show up? You fucking think I'm not gonna show up? I should have been the first one to be told. Right? Somebody should have sent me my invite. Mr. Marquez. That's right. Be outside. We're doing fuel bar tonight? I'm fucking there, homie. What's the fuel bar without the fuel? The fuel bar tonight. Fucking go. Or wherever you go, I will be there. Oh man, come on, I have to say hi to my biggest fan. You know?
Hitting corners, yeah.
You know? I heard that shit, I jumped out of my fucking bed. They came out here so fucking fast. I'm very disappointed right now. All this long stream, and I didn't see my biggest fan. Teardrop.
He would finally find Finney and his wife streaming live on the strip. In this video, Manny can be seen walking calmly like he had no bad intentions towards the couple.
So apparently I'm not 23 years old, I'm 13. I got my blood tested and got a few of my results back from
Shortly later, he walked back to them and started to confront them. Manny can be seen in the video pulling the trigger. He shot Manny and his beautiful wife, killing them on the scene. He fled the scene before the cops could get there.
Thanks, doing that.
This all began allegedly on the World Wide Web. In fact, usually arguments on social media, they stay behind the screen, but on Sunday night, that was not the case, we're being told. YouTubers and social media personalities have been posting that the alleged shooter and one of the victims, that they were YouTubers who had an ongoing beef. News 3's Tiffany Lane has been digging into posts to see what may have led up to this deadly incident. LaToya, the shooting was seen on live stream. Both the alleged shooter and victim each had a couple thousand followers on YouTube, many of which were watching their live streams when this shooting happened, they tell me. And from what some of them say, the issues between the two go back for quite some time now, but they never expected it would get to this.
As the deadly shooting unfolded on the Strip, YouTubers and other social media personalities started streaming. They say Manny Ruiz, known on YouTube with his wife as Sin City Family, and YouTuber Finney the Legend had an ongoing beef.
All right, let me put it that way. I see bullying on both sides. Because I don't think people just came out of the blue and started being bullies. I think something had to happen
to cause that to happen.
Finney the Legend's channel is still online, showing many videos about Manny and his wife Julie. Finney often in hours-long live streams, sometimes sharing Manny's videos and reacting to comments made against him or responding to Manny. Manny's page taken down as of Monday morning, but some sites sharing clips, including this one from last year.
He recorded a live stream where Manny said that he's basically gonna come after Finney. So let's have a look at that quickly.
That same YouTube page called LFP Gaming showed a clip of Manny searching for Finney before Sunday's shooting when Finney came to town with his wife.
I'm out here searching for my baby. I went through every casino there is. I heard there's one of my biggest fans here.
Manny can be seen in several videos wearing face paint. I spoke with one YouTube fan who follows Manny and Finney closely. He says the beef goes back to fans finding out that Manny is trying to control streaming in the Vegas area.
He's, demanding, like, you can't go here, you can't do that. And a lot of people don't like that, so he started losing his streamers.
Daniel, who did not want his face shown, said the online feud that included Finney insulting Manny's wife and Manny using racial slurs only got worse through time.
The followers that were normally with Manny are now giving money to Finney.
So then that kind of started this back and forth feud on streaming.
Yeah, that made it worse. Yeah, for Manny. And then Finney would post, look at how many viewers he's got now, or his viewership was going down.
After a long manhunt, Manny walked into the police station to surrender.
As we speak, police have arrested a suspect in the deadly Las Vegas Strip shooting just moments ago. They announced the arrest of Manuel Ruiz in connection to the double homicide. This happened Sunday, just before 11 p.m. local time, right there near the Bellagio Hotel's iconic fountain. A live stream actually captures the moment when gunshots ring out. NBC News correspondent Sam Brock joins us now. Sam, what do we know about this suspect?
So we know there was a manhunt that was going on Morgan for about 11 hours until 5 or 10 minutes ago. We found out from police in the area that Manuel Ruiz, 41 years old, turned himself in, walked into the police station. He has been detained. He now, according to police, faces 2 different charges: open murder with a deadly weapon, 2 of them. What that means is they're not specifying the degree of homicide, first degree, second degree manslaughter. It's going to be up to a jury to decide that. But there was a live streamed video of a murder that was perpetuated on Las Vegas Boulevard, the middle of the Strip, as you said, the Bellagio, which is one of these just landmark places in Las Vegas. And you're watching in real time on YouTube as a murder is executed. And you actually got a very good look at his face in that video. I'm not sure if it was in the portion of the clip that we showed, but police clearly were able to identify who they were looking for. They also added, Morgan, that there was a history online with some sort of social media, a feud between him and one of the victims. There were 2 victims in this case, so it's not even clear if the second person was involved or just caught up in the crossfire. But at the end of the day, 2 people were killed in Las Vegas. It's a rare thing. You might think so much hustle and bustle and activity and maybe violence on the Las Vegas Strip. There's not a ton of precedent for people being murdered in cold blood.
Some people were quick to throw blame on Finney for what happened to him and his wife, claiming Manny started streaming before him and he was not respectful when he got in the game. This is an example of one of the comment that took sides with Manny. What a tragedy in the YouTube and streaming world. It should have not gotten to this at all. It's never that deep. Our sincere condolences to the friends and families of both victims. We hope their souls rest in peace. And as for Manny, we do hope he gets the appropriate punishment for killing them. Please stay out there and we shall see you guys in the next video.
Crazy, ladies and gentlemen. YouTube, got a lot of people doxing people on YouTube. Like I said, they talk about the dead, babies, and all types of shit up on YouTube. You never know when you're gonna run up on that person. You understand me? You never know when you're gonna bump heads with that person. Especially if you go live. If you go Lizard, putting yourself out there. crazy. Manny and Finney. Three lives snuffed from underneath of us, y'all. 3 lives. Damn.
Did you know that you can have permanent teeth in just 24 hours? That's right. Only 24 hours and your new smile is ready. And with affordable payment options, achieving your dream smile has never been easier. Forget waiting months with temporary teeth or those insanely uncomfortable dentures. Backed by over 20,000 5-star Google reviews and winners of the 2024 Dental Implant Restoration Company of the Year, Nuvia is helping people regain their smiles and change their lives. And the best part, it all happens in only 24 hours. Take the 60-second quiz now to find out if Nuvia dental implants are right for you.
Tonight, America's top Democrats, you know, the ones that were all obsessed about January 6th for years and years, they are doing absolutely nothing at all to calm tensions in major cities which have already been, you know, wrecked by looting and arson and other acts of violence. Instead, similar to what we saw in the Summer of Love in 2020, they're just adding fuel to the fire with one recycled smear campaign after another against President Trump. The talking points have now gone out, and almost everyone in the state-run legacy media mob, the radical left, Democratic Party, they're telling the American people Trump is a dictator, a threat to democracy. Democracy is in peril and on the line. And don't believe the violence that you see day in and day out, night in, night out, with your own eyes. They are lying to you. They are cheap fake videos. And the riots, they are mostly peaceful. And everything is all Donald Trump's fault. Now, we have heard these smears over and over again. By the way, a lot of good this did Democrats and the left-wing media mob during the election of 24. Let's just keep lying to the American people and simply expect a different result. That would be the definition of insanity. This is why Democrats lost in 24, why the legacy media died on November 5th of 24, and they're officially dead. People no longer listen to them, they don't believe them, and for good reason they don't trust them. Remember, these are the same people. They all lied, they all said the border is closed, the border is secure, and Joe Biden is his best self and so cognitively strong. And those are cheap fake videos that they're running about Joe Biden. Now, this time, the reasoning is even more ridiculous. Apparently, Democrats and democracy is in peril for 3 things. 1, Donald Trump is enforcing America's immigration laws. That would be the rule of law. That would be his constitutional duty. And deporting people who are here illegally, prioritizing those who are convicted of heinous crimes, those murderers, rapists, known terrorists, cartel members, et cetera, et cetera. And 2, Donald Trump deployed the National Guard to protect federal buildings and federal workers from rioters in Los Angeles. 3, the president organized a military parade to celebrate the Army's 250th birthday this weekend. Now, of course, every fake resistant movement, they need an equally superficial leader. And tonight, look who they've chosen. None other than the sanctuary state leader himself, Governor Gavin Newsom. And Governor Newsom is desperate for the spotlight, loving every minute of it. Now, that doesn't mean he's on the ground with the people and law enforcement in LA leading a movement to bring peace to a state's largest city. No. Instead, after spending the first few days of the LA riots getting into fights on X with people like me and others and appearing on every left-wing legacy media outlet in the country like MSDNC, by the way, he even had time for podcasters. Newsom got in, and by the way, not big podcasters, Newsom got in front of another camera last night to deliver an impassioned plea all against Donald Trump. Talk about Trump derangement syndrome. Donald Trump takes up more space in Gavin's mind than you know, pretty much anybody ever has taken up in anybody's mind. Although they did have a lot of audio problems if you were watching last night, and he did look tired, but he's not tired because he's on the ground helping the people of Los Angeles and offering moral support to law enforcement. Now, the governor was tired from all the interviews he was doing. The governor who barred Californians from attending church, banned all indoor singing in 2020 while he himself himself was eating out, French laundry, sending his kids to in-person learning at private schools when everybody else's public school kids, they had to stay home. He has now declared that President Trump is, quote, assaulting the First Amendment. Now, by the way, nobody cares what people say. It's what they do that we're talking about. Newsom insisted, quote, the founding fathers did not live and die to see this moment. That's right. They didn't live and die to see states like California destroyed by people like him. Now, this dramatic, moralistic, pre-rehearsed tirade by Gavin Newsom was a response to President Trump's use of the National Guard and the U.S. Marines to protect federal buildings, federal workers during a riot. We keep reminding you that as per sanctuary status laws in California, sanctuary city laws in Los Angeles, local law enforcement is not allowed to aid and help and assist federal agents, that they were the ones that were under assault. Stephen Miller points this out. According to Gavin Newsom, this is what founders were fighting for. Rioters waving foreign flags, lighting cars on fire, looting stores because Donald Trump is actually enforcing this country's immigration law. Look at your screen. These are some of the criminal illegal aliens. Gavin, I've sent this to you. You have it. You've watched it. You asked me to carry your speech last night. Gavin, answer the people of California. Call the families of the victims on the screen. Put it up full so people can actually read it. You know, because you allowed this and aid and abet and assist these people. You give them free health care and education in your state of California. You and Democrats are fighting to protect people. Yes, some of them are killers and rapists and gang members and child molesters. And Gavin Newsom and leading Democrats, guess what? They're leading the movement to help keep them in the country as they sat idly by while 12, 20 million, whatever the number is, of illegal immigrants were entering our country unvetted under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris and Alejandro Mayorkas. They're moving to states like California so they can get taxpayer-funded education for their kids and they can get free health care in the state of California. No wonder why they're borrowing money from Medi-Cal. And by the way, other states contribute to health care out there. That has to stop. Now, once again, Democrats are taking the most extreme, the most unpopular position imaginable. Look at this new poll. Matt Towery, Insider Advantage. By the way, this guy actually nailed the 2016 presidential election, 2020, and 2024. 59% of voters approve of Donald Trump's decision to send in the Guard to California. Only 39% disagree. At the same time, 70% of Americans disapprove of D.C. Democrats. And by and large, people just want simple things. They want good schools where the kids learn reading, writing, math, science, arithmetic, and computers. They want stable jobs. Oh, Donald Trump has $10 trillion manufacturing that will be created for prescription drugs and pharmaceuticals and chips and everything else and automobile manufacturing, all coming back to the country. And guess what? They don't want men playing in women's sports, Gavin, and all you coastal elites cramming woke politics into every corner of everybody's everyday life. They're sick of it. Gavin, nobody wants to be told what cars to drive and put in their driveway. We don't want to be told we can't have a gas stove. We don't want you to lecture us about our refrigerators, our AC units, and the fact that most people don't want crappy paper straws. We prefer plastic. People want safety, they want security, they want a secure border, they want a majority of Americans, what everybody wants. They want illegal immigrants deported. I don't care if you come to this country. I'm the product of immigrants. All four of my grandparents came legally from Ireland.